Hi guys, happy sixth day of Yule, I think. I'm not sure. I don't even know when it started, honestly. So I just went by the day before Mother's Night, the winter solstice, da-da-da-da-da. So we have day 6, and today's virtue is actually discipline. So that's a tough one. That's a really tough one, because you have to get yourself like a discipline of knowledge, or a discipline of doing your regular spiritual prayers, or whatever you do spiritually. So I just kind of thought about what discipline meant to me, and it means just keeping everything orderly and just doing what I'm doing. Literally everything that I'm doing, it takes discipline. So you have to have discipline to read the cards, you have to have discipline to study magic and manifestation, and getting all of that into your life with the virtue of discipline. So alright, and I kind of wanted to go over a little bit of manifestation. So an updated version of manifestation before we go into the Chariot, I think. Yes, it's a beautiful card. So when you're manifesting, the way I was taught, it was from The Secret, Rhonda Bryan, and I didn't get, I did everything that the book said. Read the book like 100 times, literally hundreds of notebooks, because you're supposed to sit there and you're supposed to write, keep writing the same thing over and over, and affirming that. So and then it doesn't tell you that you have to act on inspired action. So inspired action comes from above, or it comes from spirit, or source, God, goddess, whatever you want to call it. And you have to work your ass off for it. You don't just sit here. The universe is not a genie, like The Secret says, like that movie says. No, it's not a genie. Your wish is my command. I don't think so. The universe does not hear I do and I don't. So when you're putting out there, I don't want to feel these negative feelings, you're going to feel those. That's what the universe is hearing. I want to feel those negative feelings. I mean, literally all these new age videos, I honestly think they're quite dangerous. They are very dangerous. A lot of people get really sucked into it, and I can see the dangers of it, and I do not. That's why I don't go. I mean, I watch you guys, the people that I'm subscribed to. I watch you guys, but I'm not subscribed to these new age people about manifestation, manifesting your SP, special person. It still falls into the category for me of magic and witchcraft, because that's what you're doing. So if anybody's manifesting anything, you're literally doing, it's magic, witchcraft to me. That is what I was taught. That is how I've been, molded in traditional craft for 26 years. So, but yeah, The Secret, no, it did not work for me. It was frustrating. It made me really angry. So it just didn't work. So I just got rid of that. And then I realized, oh, okay, well, I have got to, I got to work for what I want. So I'm going to put it out there. I'm not going to dwell on it, which I do. It's normal to dwell on it. So you just recognize those thoughts. Let them go. Get sad, get mad, get angry, do whatever, cry, throw a fit. But, and then you can take that energy. So you're having those negative feelings, and you can kind of just, bring up a happier scenario in your mind, something that makes you really super happy, and then let that totally engulf you. It's really hard, but it takes discipline. Wow. Synchronistic, right? But yeah, and not everything is a synchronicity. Not everything. So if you're trying to, manifest a specific person or a special person, whatever you want to call it, whatever these new age people are trying to say, you're messing with people's free will. Yeah, you are, to an extent. I mean, if somebody comes to me for love work, we're messing with their free will. Well, yeah, in a way, yes, we are. I am personal, yes. I am pushing that person to the other person so that they can come together. So it's just be careful, you guys, with this new age stuff, the new age-ism. I don't remember who I watched, but it was a really good video. I posted it a couple times about the dangers of new ageism, and if you're gonna think all light and love and all that, then you're open more so to going crazy. You can literally go crazy. You'll drive yourself insane trying to manifest something. And if you don't get those results, if you don't see them right away, people get so angry. You have to work on it. You have to build it. You have to build. It's like tiny little building blocks. And then you have to go up, 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 up. You don't just sit here and say, okay, I can feel money in my hands. I can smell it. No, it's not just going to fall into your lap. Then once you do that, once you set that intention, it's already set. So don't work against it. I mean, if you have those thoughts that come up, just do what you do. You just bring up that place of happiness, that feeling, and let it engulf you. Recognize those feelings, and it's okay if you want to cry or if you want to get that all out of you. Just get it all out. But still working, with manifestation, and this is mental magic. So it's, like attracts like, so it's sympathetic magic. So it's kind of like in the old days when, let's see, people like the Horseman's Word or the Miller's Word or the Cult of the Toad. So very sympathetic magic is what's being done with those. But you have to act on inspired action. So that's what the secret doesn't tell you. You aren't going to manifest stuff just like this. So you have, it's normal. It's normal to feel anger. It's normal to feel defeated or to want to resign from your, manifestation process. So if it really bugs you that bad that, somebody else didn't, you manifested something that you wanted somebody to do, don't dwell on it. Don't go crazy, because you will go crazy. You're going to become obsessed. So that's kind of what that does. That's really honestly what that does. You can't just think all love and all light and have, that's just, making room for, craziness. You're going to go crazy, and you're going to have more, negativity in you than you would before. It just gets worse and worse and worse. So I don't even know where to begin. So it starts in it's a thought. You plant the seed and let it grow. Literally. So you have to work on that, though. You have to work on that seed. You have to fertilize that seed. But you can turn those negative emotions into positivity, which is inner alchemy. I honestly would recommend The Spirit of Alchemy by Karen Dahlman, so that book, to trying to transform those. So not everybody's going to be happy every single day, every minute of the day. So we have to recognize those feelings, bask in them if you have to. Let it go. Let it go and know it's not going to happen. It's not going to last forever. Like a toothache. It's not going to last forever. You know that. You have to keep that in your head. Don't dwell on it. Don't become obsessed with it. It gets really crazy. So it's just all these new age people that are, saying, I'm manifesting my special person in 24 hours. No, you're not. I highly doubt that. No, you're not. I've manifested my dream home in 24 hours. No, you didn't. You're lying. I manifested a Lamborghini. You're lying. No, you didn't. You worked for it. You had that seed in your head. You let it grow. You got a job. You worked for it, and you worked hard for it. That's what this is all about. That's what manifestation's about. That's what magic is about, and that is what witchcraft is about. So literally the people that are, very Christian or, very open, you guys that are manifesting, you're using magic. You're practicing a form of magic, sympathetic magic. So that would fall into the old craft. So that's what you guys are doing. So, if you don't like it or not, you're doing magic, and it does fall under the umbrella of witchcraft, especially with your contagious magic and your sympathetic magic, which are kind of the same. Contagious magic is it just the happiness. You do a happiness candle, and then it just spreads. Everybody becomes happy, and it's just like a cyclical circle of happiness. That is what that is. So that's contagious magic. Like smiles are contagious, so is magic. So, but yeah, you guys are practicing witchcraft and magic too. Whatever you want to tell yourselves to make yourselves feel better, yeah, you are. So, you are. I will do another video on manifestation, but yeah, it's pretty difficult. Meditation is the key. That's my key. But alright, so it's discipline. Again, this is very synchronistic. Wow. So yeah. Alright, today we have, let's see, the Chariot. What a wonderful card. So we are the Chariot, and that's literally our subconscious and our conscious mind. So this is a beautiful card. My camera is fuzzy, so I am... There we go. There. Oh, Rachel, you are amazing when you do these cards. So if we can see the pyramids... And I love the racial diversity of this deck. It's incredible. So, alright, we have the Chariot. A high vibe for the Chariot. Victory, will, action, power, success, triumph, opportunity, alignment, and balance. Those are all disciplines. So, and a low vibe, failure, force, insecurity, smugness, aggression, brute force, inaction, defeat, missed opportunity. Alright. I love these. Alright, so the Chariot signifies success on the worldly plane. Goes into manifestation. An increase in personal power and a healthy sense of your place in the world. Real-life victories and accomplishments are to be lauded and celebrated with a reminder: do not become overly confident or trample those who gave you a leg up. Just like your manifestations. The Chariot's driver has the serene calm of a victor confident in their win. They bask in a golden yellow glow. Notice the banner hanging above the figure, midnight blue with 7 stars, representing a divine alignment. Lucky 7s. That makes me want to go buy a lottery ticket. Lucky 7. Maybe I should today, if there is one out. So in one hand, they hold a wand. The other is in quiet command of a set of black and white sphinxes, representing the opposing forces of our animal nature. Physical versus intellectual, masculine versus feminine. There's no gray area in this battle. Traditionally, sphinxes are riddle keepers. Ooh, the Joker, that reminds me of. And they silently celebrating your win, or asking if the victory was worth it. A gracious companion knows sportsmanship is important, and is a balance between spiritual desires and external material pursuits. If you pull the Chariot, ambition, effort, decisive action, and exacting plans may have landed you in the driver's seat with a large payoff. This is a card indicating power, control, and self-discipline. This is really weird. Synchronistic weird. So the Chariot is the archetypal person who makes it happen now with decisive action. You are in control and create your own destiny. In relationship dynamics, forward movement and a new level of commitment may be taking place. The Chariot represents the balance needed to have a successful union, indicated by the previous card, the Lovers. So the Chariot can signify a strong, confident person, one usually used to getting their way. Be careful not to pressure your intended. Let things unfold at their own pace. Your partner may need encouragement to break down a tough exterior and unlock a heart they've kept protected. Yes, that's me. Stand up for yourself if you're being walked on. The key is balancing patience and passion while remaining present. Others may realize it's time to move on and away from a dead-end situation. So, if your manifestations aren't working, it could be a dead-end situation. Now, in a professional life, this is a card of leadership, even if it's a battalion of one. A promotion in status or demonstrative accolades could bring new responsibilities, casting all eyes on you. People will follow your lead and may seek your counsel, especially when you're gracious. If things are rocky, rethink your current end wars, and when your time and energy are allotted, seize every opportunity and lead even ones that feel like long shots. Stay diligent and on task. The rewards are worth your efforts. Your ambition, talent, and intelligence are center stage. The universe wants you to shine. Victory is available. So, yeah, just be careful in your manifestations and in the New Age stuff. I'm Rachel True. I know you would agree with that. Now, if you pull this card in a low vibe, perhaps your energy is dragging, or you've armored up, becoming angry and defensive, always feeling under attack. This can be draining to you and your circle. Remember the old saying, misery loves company. If this is you, pull it back. Crushing others with control issues or passive-aggressive behavior may need examination. Ill-gotten gains manifest hollow victories. If you're feeling ground under the chariot's wheels, or your own ambition has you feeling low vibe, it's time to readjust. Pulling this card can reflect untapped potential or a missed opportunity you didn't value or didn't have the patience to see through. A lack of confidence can be crippling. So this is a reminder that everything you need to succeed is available. Shake yourself out of your rut and back into action. This is not the time to throw in the towel. Don't beat yourself up. Clarify your plans and charge forward into destiny. So that really works well with manifestation. So now here's Rachel's excerpt of her stories of with the archetype or the major arcana. So, all right, she says, I had a couple of things going against me when a friend tossed the script for the craft in my lap. I would have died, literally. They need a gay male witch in there, but they already redid that. I don't know. Never mind. I'm not even going to talk about that one. Now, one, my agent thought I was too old for the part and refused to submit me. Well, screw them, because you're amazing and it wouldn't be the craft without you. Two, I was in fact too old for the part, but you got it. And it's still a cult classic, and it always will be. Three, Andy Fleming, the director, had been a super senior at NYU when I was a freshman. We had lived in the same dorm, and my roommate had been sleeping with his roommate. Oh, geez. We'd only met in passing, so I'd hope maybe he wouldn't remember me. If he did, pretending to be a high school student wasn't going to work. Instead of getting down in my feels and stuck in a low vibration energy, I charged forward. I knew this part was for me. It is. It wouldn't be the same without you. It was everything I'd just devoted study to. I rang a friend's manager who'd previously asked me about working together. I'd said no, thinking I had agents who covered me and took 10% already, so why would I pay someone else another 10 to 15% of my earnings? She says, I was about to find out. As I watched my new manager make the phone call my agents hadn't been willing to make. He got me in with exactly one call. You deserved it. You deserved it. A few days later, I strapped on a beaded choker and boarded a tram, on the Sony lot in Culver City, heading for the casting office of the craft. It was a quick enough audition. The dialogue wasn't overly complicated. Andy didn't recognize me, thank God. I had a longish monologue to read, where my character, Rochelle, discusses her bulimia. What? I've never noticed that. That wasn't in the movie. A theme that was cut out from the shooting script. I suspect they decided that if Nancy's crisis was her drunk white trash mother, Bonnie's was her burns, and Sarah's was her suicide attempt, my blackness was a built-in albatross for Rochelle. I just think that if, the bulimia thing would have been perfect too. Why couldn't have they done both? Okay, so they later added in the racist swim team teacher, played by Christine Taylor, who's as sweet as a girl as you'd ever meet. She is very sweet. Laura Lizzie, bleach blonde. Reese's Pieces of bleach blonde. Bleep. I literally could probably quote the entire movie if I had time. So, she is sweet though. Christine Taylor is so sweet. After the audition, I did daily readings with my cards and scooped up every witchy book I could find at the Psychic Eye esoteric bookshop in Santa Monica. I placed the printed audition scenes on my altar and visualized myself booking the part, shooting the movie, and having it be popular. I burned dragon's blood, lit candles, called the corners, basically did everything in my power to manifest Rochelle into my life. Most actors don't like to talk about other roles. It's in the past. I have no problem talking about the craft or my earlier roles, because I understand that for a lot of minority women and gay men, my roles might have been the first time they saw an odd, weirdo black girl portrayed on screen. Most black characters I saw in popular movies at that time were not indicative of my personal experience. The hood girl, who got knocked up at 14, the pimp and his hooker with a heart of gold, the first person in her family to go to college, the girls whose drug dealer boyfriend drags her down. The archetypes are well recognizable, and there were some great and important films that captured this slice of Black American life. But Hollywood in no way encompassed the multitude of blackness in America, and in some ways these roles helped solidify the idea in white American minds that all black people were leading, hand-scrapable, lower-class lives. I've always no. I've always wanted, honestly, to be black and British. Honestly, I do. I wouldn't mind it at all. I mean, mixed, I would love that. My experience of isolated blackness made it easy to connect with Rochelle. I'd certainly been made fun of in high school for looking different, and I would slap the crap out of all those people for you. And I understood the powerlessness of her situation because it was getting the same as mine. One of the best things about being an actor is getting the chance to relieve those moments, only this time with the perfect professionally scripted comeback. Oh, that was good. After about a month after the audition, long time in actor weeks, I was called in to do a screen test the night before. I did a reading and pulled the Chariot, a good sign. I started going over my crystals and stones, deciding which ones to take with me the following day. When the phone rang, it was actually Andy Fleming, wishing me luck and giving me encouragement. Is there anything I could do to nail the part, I asked. Just don't drool, Rachel. And that part is yours. I hung up and thought, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, how can I make sure not to drool tomorrow? I managed about 4 hours of sleep before I wouldn't have slept at all. I loaded down my jacket pockets with hematite for grounding, rose quartz for calmness, basalt, citrine for creativity and success. I love those stones. I love citrine. And the Chariot card from my Egyptian deck for victory. Excited and ready to meet my destiny, I headed over to Sony, feeling my witchy best. I love it. I love it. You're amazing. The actual screen test took all day. We had full hair and makeup. Ooh, that would be fun. And it was lights, camera, action from the word go. Robin Tooney, I love her, who played Sarah in the film at that point, was reading for the role of Bonnie, which was ultimately played by Neve Campbell. So Fairuza Balk was naturally testing for Nancy and was as intense as you'd think. I love her acting in so many projects. I mean, she was the worst witch growing up, and I felt more than a little intimidated and shy around her. I would feel so intimidated by her when she's seen, and she actually seen my altar, 26 years of work. The real Fairuza, I was like a fanboy. I was just completely just intimidated. I was like, whoa, but humbled. So another actress who was not cast in the film was reading for Sarah, and when we wrapped the test, Fairuza asked her for a ride home. Since they were heading in the same direction, she was clearly more freaked than impressed with Fairuza and said no. Robin stepped up and happily gave Fairuza a ride. Who would say no to her? I often wonder if that no cost that actress the lead role. We'd had a full 8 hours of stomping across the soundstage in Catholic schoolgoer uniforms, and I was exhausted but secretly happy. I had seen a room full of doppelganger black girls testing for my part. But you got it. My agents, who hadn't submitted me for the part in the first place, negotiated a not great deal for me. The point person handling it told me, the studio said that's the deal. Rachel, take it or leave it. We have another black girl lined up for the role. It wasn't true, and I was getting fed up with my agent's whole, you're black, you're lucky to be in any film in the first place attitude. I would have slapped him or her into 2030. So, where'd I go? I accepted the deal, but found new management soon after. The Chariot just keeps moving forward, one battle at a time. Girl, who would say no to Fairuza? I mean, who would say no to Nancy? I mean, jeez, that's rude. Maybe she was paranoid. No, but this is a beautiful card. I love your card. I love this deck. and the guidebook, and I love your experiences that you share. I think we're very lucky to have you sharing your experiences with us, you know, because the minority groups, you know, me myself being one, we're getting bigger though. We're everywhere. So our minority groups, I love it that you're, you know, you're all inclusive. You don't give a crap, you know, who's, you know, gay, bi, lesbian, transgendered, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. Black, green, blue, purple, gray, orange, teal, green. I would love to see somebody teal green, but yeah, I love this, and it's beautiful. Your story is gorgeous. So I can just picture all of this happening. And I can just picture your frustration. And then I can picture somebody saying no to giving Firuza a ride home. I would be intimidated not to. I would be like, yes, of course, get in. What else do you need? Are you hungry? That would be the Italian and the Hungarian, or the Romanian in me. Are you hungry? Do you need something? Do you want food? Do you want to come back? And, you know, do you want coffee? Do you want dessert? Do you want more? So that'd be the typical. But yeah. Well, I'm glad that you got cast, because it would not be the same. And, you know, Nancy, of course, or Firuza, yeah, and Nev, and you. I think it's awesome. But yeah. So, alright, guys. Well, this was quite a long video. It's about 30 minutes. But yes, this is a very important card, a very important video. And it does go along with the manifestation. Your excerpt in there, your experiences with the craft, the casting, and all of that, really, listen up, people, about manifestation. Really listen. So, but alright, guys, I love you all. Happy 6th day of Yule. If it's the 7th day, I don't know, whatever. I don't care. Still festive, a little bit. But I'll see you all tomorrow. So, I love you all very much. And Rachel, I love you. You're amazing. Thank you for creating this deck and this book. So, all my love, all the way from Venus, all the way back down. And remember, don't be paranoid. No, I'm joking. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.